Criticised for doing too little, too late, the West is now ramping up the fight against the Ebola epidemic. Britain is sending hundreds of military personnel and NHS staff to West Africa, as the government here argues the UK is more than pulling its weight. Overnight, army medics from Tutu Field Hospital in Aldershot flew out to Sierra Leone.
I think every time I've gone on deployment, it's been an emotional night. Every single person here is saying goodbye to somebody for a short or long period of time. But we're soldiers, we're used to getting out there and getting the job done and then enjoying coming home.
Getting the job done includes setting up more field hospitals and training local medics. Tomorrow, the Royal Fleet auxiliary ship Argus will set sail from Falmouth carrying supplies and 3 Merlin helicopters. And it's not just the armed forces. Hundreds of NHS staff have also volunteered.
It can never be entirely risk-free, and yet in our NHS we've got nearly 700 people who volunteered to go out to West Africa, including people from this hospital where we are today.
And British scientists are helping the containment policy with this new testing kit. Researchers in Southampton are waiting for the green light from the World Health Organization on a faster test for Ebola.
Ebola has an incubation period of up to 21 days. It can be 3 weeks before you even notice you've got any symptoms. This technology is able to look for the Ebola DNA in your bloodstream much sooner than that. So you could spot someone who's infected with this technology 5 days after infection rather than 3 weeks.
From the laboratories to the field hospitals, the fight against Ebola is ramping up. But this is an unpredictable enemy, and there is a long way to go.
And Simon, we've also just heard of some fresh cases of Ebola in America.
It's very embarrassing, this, Emma, for the hospital in Dallas. A second nurse who was treating the Ebola patient there who died has contracted it. And not only that, somehow she was allowed to travel on a plane. So the hospital has apologised for that. It's Amber Vinson, and 80 people are now under observation who've been at that hospital. And they're trying to trace the 132 passengers who were on the flight that she later took.
Not just America as well, another development in Spain.
Yeah, this is quite a confusing one. It was a flight from Paris to Madrid. A passenger there who had started his journey in Nigeria, suspected case of Ebola or suspected fever. Everybody else who was on that plane which landed in Madrid, they've been allowed to go, but that particular case is now under observation. The World Health Organization says the West is not in danger. A major outbreak is unlikely, although the British expect a case here sooner or later. You would hope that it gets treated and contained better than in Dallas.
OK, Simon, thank you for the update.